This is the instructional video for assembling my 5-shelf fragrance shelf or display shelf as you may need. So the first thing is we're taking the side panels and attaching the screws and nuts to the 2 holes in the front, and then there's 1 hole in the back. And I'm speeding up the video as I talk so that obviously you don't go this fast. But this is a 3D shelving unit that I 3D printed in pieces to make it as big as possible. So then also here we are on the back attaching, there's 3 screws in the back. As with any sort of assembly, you're going to want to get them started and then go back around and tighten them up. So then once you get the sides and the back on, you're going to attach the shelves from the bottom up to the top. You will need a Phillips screwdriver and wrench to hold the nut in place. It is a locking nut, so that'll help it stay nice and tight. And then you're going to go around, like I said, you want to make sure those bottom screws on the bottom of the back of the shelf are good and tight before you start putting the other shelves in place. So here I am just getting them tightened down nice and good. Once that's done, then we'll move on to the other 3 shelves. Doing it in the same fashion, where you're going to put the screw in just enough so that you can hook the nut on and then tighten it down. And that's the 3rd shelf going in. And then the last shelf actually has 3 holes across the back to attach to the back frame of the shelving unit. Once they're all in, go around, tighten all the nuts and bolts. Don't over tighten. This is plastic. Don't use an electric screwdriver because that could break the plastic. It is a very durable shelving unit though. Now I did this shelving unit 3 inches wide for all the shelves except for the bottom shelf. That one is only 1.5 inches deep, and the reason for that is because my max bed size is 15 inches and I really wanted 3-inch shelves, so that meant one of them had to be shorter. If I were to do a custom one for someone else, I can do these shelves the way you want them. This is just the best way I felt to maximize the space. So I'm going to show you next things we put on it. This will fit, that's a 16-ounce Brambleberry fragrance jar. So then you can also do smaller ones from there. That's the large size from Nature's Garden. And then down on the, obviously smaller jars will fit, down on the very first shelf will fit the small jars, like it's 1.75 ounce fragrance oil. Another idea, if you don't want to do fragrance oils, is you can do soaps. I'm actually printing another one right now for myself to take over to the little shop where I have soap. And I'm going to set up my soaps on it just to kind of give them an elevated look. This is a shelving unit that you could disassemble and take to shows. I don't highly recommend that, only because it does take time. Assembling this myself took about 20 minutes. And as you know, when you're setting up for a show, time's of the essence, getting things done. So this is my shelving unit. And just to summarize, the sides go on first, then the back attaching to the base. You'll see the holes. I provide all the screws and nuts. And then after that, start with the shelves going from the bottom up to the top. In that order, that is kind of important to make sure everything lines up right. And as I mentioned, this shelving unit is 14 inches across, about 14.5 inches deep. So it is plenty big. And please feel free to message me if you have any questions, and I hope you enjoy my little demo.